It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the films of October 29th, 1999. We got 4 movies to look at today, but let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. We'll start off with the biggest new release of the weekend, and that is House on Haunted Hill.
Halloween, 6 strangers have been invited to a party. If they can stay up till dawn, they'll win $1 million each. The only catch is that they'll have to live through the night.
Let the games begin.
In there. Hey, I think I got something.
Open the door!
Stephen, are you doing this?
No.
That ghost said that was for Corky Romano. That's Chris Kattan, by the way, that got sucked up by the ghost there. But the trailer pretty much told you everything you need to know about the film. It's about a group of strangers who are invited to a party at an abandoned insane asylum where they're offered $1 million each by an amusement park mogul if they're able to survive the night. And as you can see, chaos ensues. It's pretty much a story we've seen done before. This is actually a remake of a 1959 film with the same name, but most notably, this is the first film by Dark Castle Entertainment, who went on to produce numerous other horror films, including other remakes, and is produced by Robert Zemeckis and Joel Silver, as well as Gilbert Adler, who of course were the same guys behind Tales from the Crypt. And because this is based off of a William Castle film, they actually had a contest, as you saw in the trailer at the end there, where they supplied promotional scratch cards to cinemas showing the film, offering ticket buyers a chance to win $1 million, similar to the movie's characters. And I will say this, though, comparing this to the Haunting remake that came out in the summer, this movie's a million times better. You can definitely tell that they put more effort into this than they did into that movie, because the CG effects in here, they look really good. I mean, these CG effects in here actually look pretty decent, and I like the way the creatures look in here. There was a lot of H.P. Lovecraft inspiration from these creatures. I mean, it's a really cool, gothic-looking film, and it really is legitimately terrifying at times overall. As far as everything else go, it's your typical horror film, honestly. The main cast overall is names that you pretty much know: Jeffrey Rush, Famke Janssen, Taye Diggs, we just talked about him in The Best Man last time, Ali Larter, Brigitte Wilson, Peter Gallagher, Chris Kattan. I mean, they're notable names, but they're doing kind of the cliches you expect for characters like this to do. They don't really have a lot of good chemistry here, but they're just here to be the victims and be the thing that the monsters are after. And at times, they could be kind of decent, but overall, you're here just for the special effects. And like I said, this kicks the crap out of The Haunting, and that's why I give this movie a lot more praise, because they did more with this than The Haunting did with whatever the hell the CG effects in that film were trying to do. I mean, it's not a good film overall, but I give it a lot more credit for at least trying and at least having more fun with the concept than whatever the hell The Haunting was trying to do. And for that, I give this more points. I'd say it's a ton of fun. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. If you're in for if you want to see some good scares in here, this is definitely worth a watch. So, House on Haunted Hill, not the best, but certainly a lot better than some of the other horror films that came out this year. And speaking of horror films, here's the master of horror, Wes Craven, doing a film that's not horror whatsoever. It's music from the heart.
The only thing tougher than this neighborhood. I pulled this off the second grader this morning. Are these three women. When their program got shut down,
After 10 years, after 1,400 days.
they fought back. Critics give Music of the Heart a standing ovation. A must-see. It's the Feel Wonderful Movie of the Year. Music of the Heart. Rated PG. Special sneak preview tomorrow.
I think I said music from the heart. It's music of the heart. I apologize. And, yeah, this is Wes Craven's first and only movie not in the horror thriller genre. This is his first attempt at trying to do something a little bit outside of his norm. Kind of like how Sam Raimi did something different outside of his norm with For the Love of the Game earlier this year. And then here you have a story about it's a true story about Roberto Gaspari, played by Meryl Streep, who co-founded the Opus 118 Harlem School of Music and fought for music education funding in New York City public schools. It's actually based on a documentary, Small Wonders, that came out in 1995. You have Aidan Quinn, Gloria Estefan in their feature film debut, as well as Angela Bassett in the cast. And kind of like how the month started with Drive Me Crazy, which you only remember mostly because of the song, here's another movie where you mostly remember it because of the song. I mean, the song Music of the Heart by NSYNC and Gloria Estefan is really good. I mean, it's a song that eventually was nominated for an Academy Award. It was ended up being the second highest the second best song of 1999 according to Billboard. Yeah, other than that, though, the rest of the movie itself is passable. It's fine for what it is. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but it is one of those movies that's part of that, kind of that, white savior narrative you see in a lot of movies like this, like A Dead Poet Society, or even something like Won't Back Down, which was much worse than this. But as far as the film itself goes, it's fine. It's interesting to see Wes Craven do something a little bit outside of his norm, and I kind of wish we would have liked to see more from him do that by doing that. But he kind of went back to doing what he did best after this with Red Eye. Was Red Eye the one that came after this? Or no, Scream 3. Scream 3 and Curse came out after this. I'm thinking of a couple. I'm thinking someone else did Scream 3, but yeah, he went back to kind of doing what he does best, and this is the only one he's ever received Oscar nominations for. Meryl Streep got a nomination, not surprisingly, and she's fine in the film. Everybody in here is fine. The story is just, you've been there, done that type of a storyline. We've seen this done over and over again, and this isn't anything new here. It's clear that Wes Craven was trying to do something that get him Oscar consideration, maybe for Best Director, but didn't really work out in the end. He went back to doing what he does best, and the film itself is mostly forgettable. You only really remember it because of that song, and I mean, that's pretty much all I remember from it. But it's passable. It's fine for what it is, but it's not one you're going to watch over and over again. One time, it's fine, but no more times after that, honestly. So that is Music of the Heart. So let's go ahead and move on to the easily the best film that came out this weekend, and that is Spike Jonze's inventive as hell Being John Malkovich.
The important growth stages of the vessel's humanness, the larval, the pupa, and the right vessel. The route of travel to the right vessel's humanness begins in the portal tube, passes through the tube, and exits here at the vessel's humanness. Keeping in mind that correct entry time to the right vessel is crucial.
Being John Malkovich.
Rated R.
Quite simply, the premise is that you have John Cusack playing a puppeteer who finds a portal that leads him to the mind of John Malkovich, and John Malkovich plays a satirical version of himself, and hilarity ensues, and really, it's one of the most chaotic movies you will ever see, but God, it's freaking brilliant. It's one of the most amazing films ever. The writing of Charlie Kaufman, the direction of Spike Jonze, the concept alone is amazing. Like, John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, and Catherine Keener are great in this film. And John Malkovich, the fact that he's able to have a ton of fun making fun of himself in this movie, it's brilliant. Like, it's one of the most hilariously brilliant films you'll ever see. It's so crazy. It's so bizarre. It has one of the most bizarre twist endings you'll ever see. And it's absolutely amazing. I don't really need to say more about this film. It hasn't already been said already. If you have not seen Being John Malkovich, you need to check this movie out because it's so chaotic, it's so bizarre, it's definitely worth the time. So on to the last film, Princess Mononoke.
Watch closely, everyone. I'm going to show you how to kill a god.
In an age of mystery,
What exactly are you here for?
in a place of wonder, a hero and a princess will change the fate of the world. From Miramax Films, Princess Mononoke,
I'm not afraid to die.
rated PG-13, starts Friday.
So released originally in 1997, this is Hayao Miyazaki's story about the late Muromachi period of Japan, but it includes fantastical elements, and it follows this prince named Ashitaka and his involvement in the struggle between the gods of a forest and the humans who consume its resources, and it deals with the themes of Shinoto and environmentalism. And this is, of course, the American version, which was dubbed in 1999 with Billy Crudup, Claire Danes, Minnie Driver, Billy Bob Thornton, I'm looking at the names here, John DiMaggio, Gillian Anderson, Debbie Derryberry, Keith David. Phenomenal cast overall here, and kind of like with a lot of the movies that, a lot of the Hayao Miyazaki movies, we got them because of what Miramax was doing at the time, taking these movies and bringing them into the U.S. And the script for the dub version of this was actually written by Neil Gaiman of all people, and it was a pretty enjoyable movie. I think that a lot of people came to this film because of what Miramax was doing. Like I said, it was because of them. They were the ones who were putting it out here, and I think later on in life, later on down the road, when the Japanese versions came out, we became more appreciative of these movies more because of the original takes on them. Although some of these dubs actually are pretty good. I mean, Spirited Away that comes out after this was really well done, and it actually ended up winning Best Animated Feature in 2002. And it's a pretty engaging movie. It's definitely a Miyazaki film. It's definitely a film you look at and see as not just as an animated film, but a really good, well-made, epic film. Like, it would be really hard to try to make this in live action. This is one of those, and Miyazaki's one of those guys that he knows that he has to make something that can never be done in live action for the most part. And for the most part, he does a fantastic job with this movie. It's an engaging epic, beautiful animation overall, a strong voice cast. It's a really well-made film. I don't think I need to say too much more about this one that hasn't already been said already, but if you haven't seen Princess Mononoke, if you haven't seen any Miyazaki films, get off your ass and go see them, man, because you're missing out on some really, really incredible stuff. Princess Mononoke. So with that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies, and we will jump into November on the next episode with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie in The Bone Collector. We also have Chris O'Donnell in The Bachelor, and also Russell Crowe and Al Pacino in Michael Mann's The Insider. So 3 films to look at next time. We'll delve into those on the next episode, but until then, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time, and until then, as always, take care.